That's crazy. What did Luvesh Prabhu honor today? Prashadam, with what Prashadam you had, Luvesh Prabhu?
Literally nothing today, Prabhu.
Oh,
Why?
nothing. Fasting for Shivaratri.
No, Prabhu. Just doesn't feeling so hungry.
How come Priya Mataji hasn't given you anything, Prashadam?
Hmm.
No, I mean we both. The thing is, me. So my sister is on a school trip to Spain, and my father is abroad.
Uh,
So it's just me and my mother. So we don't
uh,
usually like to eat so much anyway. So we remain hungry, you know.
is it?
Yeah,
Man, that's crazy. How are you surviving?
we don't feel that hungry, you know, because it's winter. In winter time, you know, hunger is like not so high level.
Is it?
This is
Right,
scientific
right.
proof. This is science of eating.
Yes, Prabhu. Cannot peasants like me cannot understand all this. Only big persons, Luvesh Prabhu is giving all this presentation in Ishtabashti. He's like scientific devotee, so this level of explanations I don't understand. So I just say yes, 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 Prabhu, you are right. Yes. Wow. So today you will not eat anything.
Not that I won't eat any, not nothing, but
Apples.
um, nah. I don't like fruits.
Wow.
I eat
Oh,
directly food, you know, so
what do you take when you snack?
literally nothing, Prabhu, just water.
You didn't take peanuts?
Wow.
But no, normal nuts. No, not peanuts.
I did take a few cashew nuts
Yeah,
today.
cashews.
I love cashews. I can eat like hundreds of them, It's
Yes,
so
Prabhu.
addicting.
I know, cashews are way too
Uh,
addictive, you know, for me. That they taste
especially
too
with
good,
salt. Yeah, they taste too good.
but the cashews
Uh,
are the reason I have high cholesterol, you know.
is it? If
Yes.
you have high cholesterol, my heart is like halfway blocked, I think so.
We
Uh, it's better I don't go to
I like
doctor and
dates
get it checked
also.
out.
Dates are nice
Yeah,
also.
I love dates. Oh my God, I love dates really. Those are crazy good. I can eat like at one point I was eating like 25, 30 dates in like one sitting.
Oh,
Crazy.
that's a lot, Prabhu. Then you will
Yeah,
turn like
Prabhu,
with the
I will turn like yeah, like the Pranjal Prabhu one. But
yes,
see
Prabhu.
Prabhu from Dubai, if you get dates from like Dubai, Saudi Arabia, they're the best dates of all time. So those are like really, really tasty.
Yes, Prabhu.
Man. Uh, I'm missing our temple prasadam also. I'm sure Vivek Prabhu also missing. Not missing, sorry, missing.
Definitely, bro.
Wow.
Definitely.
Yeah, yeah, I'm missing very much.
Tell me, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Chikran Prabhu, Dhanarnam, Jai Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining, Prabhu.
Oh.
So, Lugesh Prabhu, generally, like what all you honor, like what all Priya Mataji makes.
literally basic cooked vegetables, you know, like gobi,
Hmm.
uh, or something like, you know, bhindi, chutney. She's a big
Oh,
fan of South Indian food. So poha, idli, sambar,
oh,
chutney, yeah, all
is
these
it?
things. You know.
Very nice. Yeah, yeah. So, Mataji makes and you offer, right?
Sorry?
Mataji makes and then you offer, right?
No, no, she makes and offers also. I'm usually busy in the services.
Yeah, you're very busy with this, that's a fact. But every time you cannot catch you. Yeah,
Yeah.
she offers also. Ah, nice, nice,
Prabhu,
nice.
she's very expert in like at least the procedure of the temple worship. You know, she knows everything, how to,
Oh,
you know, she's
she's
of course, it's
perfectionist like you?
yeah, pretty much, you know, except in matters of deity worship, she's like a perfectionist. She likes to do everything to the, you know.
Hmm.
Uh,
Luvesh, I doubt that. You are in Goloka, Prabhu.
No, Prabhu, I'm not in Golok. Maybe like lower, maybe a very low form of Swarga, but that's about it. And that is actually very not good, you know. I'm actually envious of all the devotees who are in India right now because it's true, it's a fact. If you're living in a heavenly place, it's very difficult to, you know, focus. So
yes.
for me, it's just more tough. So from the tougher it is for me, that means I have to do extra austerity, you know, just to maintain my
Yes,
spiritual position.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why I'm asking about Prasadam is because my mind is always in Prasadam right now. I'm thinking about like cooking. By the way, you saw the recipes I sent you, right? Have you tried?
Not yet, Prabhu. I haven't had any time at all to cook, you know, this time because the
Is it?
website is currently at a very crucial point. Like we are just about to begin the development.
Right.
And I just really need to focus extra on this before, you know, moving forward with anything.
Yeah. Wow. All glories to you, bro. I have so much time, I just end up sleeping. You do so
Prabhu.
many nice services. All
No,
glories
my
to you.
Prabhu. It, it it's temporary, this sleep thing, it'll go away. That is automatic. You just try
And
to wake up.
Prabhu, we've been waiting for Semi Prabhu to cook online, eh? To do his online show of cooking.
Oh, we need to actually make a nice TV show, cooking show, transcendental cooking show, cooking bhoga for Krishna.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, Prabhu, so that we can also learn and find new ideas on what to cook.
Yeah, actually, there is one disciple named Kurma Das. I'm not sure if you heard.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
is
I've
of
heard
Srila
the
Prabhupada,
chef.
and he has
Yeah.
a cooking show.
Oh, Hari
And
Bol.
many things. He has cooked like Indian, Chinese, Indonesian, and so many things. Prabhupada disciples.
Oh, Hari Bol.
Yeah,
So, Prabhu, 1679 pages, this new book.
yeah. It's going to take 1 year to complete. I'm telling you.
Good. That's good, Gives me more time
Yeah.
for Bhagavatam. And actually, I'm thinking that the next book that I want to release, HD, is actually the Hare Krishna cookbook.
Oh,
I want that.
is it nice?
Yeah. So yeah, this is the HD Bhagavad Gita. I don't know if you've seen it already. Maybe you have already, but this is the
I've seen it.
completely final version. Now I'm just looking for spelling mistakes, but otherwise everything is as is. Uh, all the page numbers are here
So
nicely,
the number of pages are more because of the size of the font, is it? Is it the only?
Exactly, Prabhu. Exactly. You get it. You get it.
Prabhu 1005.
It'll still take, because what I was telling Sami Prabhu yesterday is that why we reading so fast? Why don't we read like slowly and actually try to, take our time? Because what's the point? You finish nectar of instruction and then nectar of instruction one, everyone forgets. Understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
So that's what I was just telling Prabhu. Why don't we go slow? Because Prabhu was saying we read 30, 40 pages of Bhagavad Gita a day. That's a
Oh,
lot. Maybe like we can keep it to like 5 to 10. I mean, 10 should be okay. And then
No,
like that,
only Levang Prabhu reads 5 pages in 5 minutes. Prabhu.
No, we'll ask everybody to read slowly. Because let's
Mm.
read in a way that we understand, not reading for reading's sake, but reading for understanding.
Yes, Prabhu, but the
You know?
pages are so big.
Yeah, but either way, not about the pages, but main thing is about let's read slowly, Prabhu. That's what I'm
Yes,
saying. I
Prabhu.
mean, I'm suggesting, I would say.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, very deep philosophy. So a lot of noobs like me here. So yeah, you please take it slow.
me after 16 rounds.
Huh? What happened? You after 16 rounds are. What being
This
mutual?
is this is this is me after 16 rounds.
Oh, damn. I thought you after 16 rounds is a person with a sannyas stick.
No, no, no. I don't have taste, unfortunately. So unfortunate.
When can I see you like this?
Very soon, Prabhu, hopefully.
Very soon, huh? Okay, okay. Haribol, Haribol. You give me in the future sannyas also.
No, Prabhu. Cannot, Prabhu. Okay, well, who wants to start with this HD 4K BG? Nowhere to be found on the internet.
Okay, I will start.
Haribol.
Just give me, yeah, okay. Just let me know if my voice is like audible. Audible, right?
We can hear you perfectly. Just continue. You can begin.
Right. Yeah, just a minute. Okay. Bhagavad Gita as it is. Forward. The Bhagavad Gita is the best known and the most frequently translated of Vedic religious texts. Why it should be so appealing to the Western mind is an interesting question. It has drama, for its setting is a scene of two great armies, banners flying, drawn up opposite one another on the field, poised for battle. It has ambiguity, and the fact that Arjuna and his charioteer Krishna are carrying on the dialogue between the two armies suggests the indecision of Arjuna about the basic question: should he enter battle against and kill those who are friends and kinsmen? It has mystery as Krishna demonstrates to Arjuna his cosmic form. It has a properly complicated view of the ways of religious life and treats of the paths of knowledge, works, discipline, and faith and their interrelationships. What? And their interrelationships. Problems that have bothered adherents of other religions in other times and places. The devotion spoken of is a deliberate means of religious satisfaction, not a mere outpouring of poetic emotion. Next to the Bhagavata Purana, a long work from South India, the Gita is the text most frequently quoted in the philosophical writings of the Gaudiya Vaishnava school, the school represented by Swami Bhaktivedanta as the latest in the long succession of teachers. It can be said that this school of Vaishnavism was founded or revived by Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 1486 to 1533, in Bengal, and that it is currently the strongest single religious force in the eastern part of the Indian subcontinent. The Gaudiya Vaishnava school, for whom Krishna is himself the supreme God and not merely an incarnation of another deity, sees bhakti as an immediate and powerful religious force consisting of love between man and God. Its discipline consists of devoting all of one's actions to the deity, and one listens to the stories of Krishna from the sacred texts. One chants Krishna's name, washes, bathes, and dresses the murti of Krishna, feeds him, and takes the remains of the food offered to him, thus absorbing his grace. One does these things and many more until one has been changed. The devotee has become transformed into one close to Krishna and sees the Lord face to face. Swami Bhaktivedanta comments upon the Gita from this point of view, and that is legitimate. More than that, in this translation, the Western reader has the unique opportunity of seeing how a Krishna devotee interprets his own text. It is the Vedic exegetical tradition justly famous in action. This book is then a welcome addition from many points of view. It can serve as a valuable textbook for the college student. It allows us to listen to a skilled interpreter explicating a text which has profound religious meaning. It gives us insights into the original and highly convincing ideas of the Gaudiya Vaishnava school in providing the Sanskrit in both Devanagari and transliteration. It offers the Sanskrit specialist the opportunity to reinterpret or debate particular Sanskrit meanings, although I think there will be little disagreement about the quality of Swami's Sanskrit scholarship. And finally, for the non-specialist, there is readable English and a devotional attitude which cannot help but move the sensitive reader. And there are the paintings, which incredibly as it may seem to those familiar with contemporary Indian religious art, were done by American devotees. The scholar, the student of the Gaudiya Vaishnavism, and the increasing number of Western readers interested in classical Vedic thought have been done a service by Swami Bhaktivedanta for bringing us a new and living interpretation of a text already known to many. He has increased our understanding manifold, and arguments for understanding in these days of estrangement need not be made. Professor Edward C. Dimmock Jr., Department of South Asian Languages and Civilization, University of Chicago.
Hari bol. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So I would like to begin with the preface, tomato, tomato. Shrikant Prabhu. What's up?
Haribo.
Want to read? Okay, I think Prabhu is AFK. Lebohan Prabhu, would you like to read?
Always, Prabhu. Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhu, it's much clearer now.
Sorry, Prabhu, I was
Oh,
just attending to something. I can read, Prabhu.
Shrikan can read a few pages then.
Okay, I
From
think
the
Srikant Prabhu is
preface
active. So
side, Prabhu.
Srikant Prabhu, maybe you can read?
Yes, Prabhu.
Haribol.
Haribo. Originally, I wrote Bhagavad Gita as it is in the form in which it is presented now. When this book was first published, the original manuscript was unfortunately cut short to less than 400 pages, without illustrations and without explanations for most of the original verses of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. In all of my other books, Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Isha Upanishad, etc., the system is that I give the original verse, its English transliteration, word for word Sanskrit English equivalents, translations, and purports. This makes the book very authentic and scholarly and makes the meaning self-evident. I was not happy, therefore, when I had to minimize my original manuscript. I was not happy, therefore, when I had to minimize my original manuscript. But later on, when the demand for Bhagavad Gita as it is considerably increased, I was requested by many scholars and devotees to present the book in its original form. And Messrs. Macmillan and Co. agreed to publish the complete edition. Thus, the present attempt is to offer the original manuscript of this great book of knowledge with full parampara explanation in order to establish the Krishna consciousness movement more soundly and progressively. Our Krishna consciousness movement is genuine, historically authorized, natural, and transcendental due to its being based on Bhagavad Gita, as it is. It is gradually becoming the most popular movement in the entire world, especially amongst the younger generation. It is becoming more and more interesting to the older generation also. Older gentlemen are becoming interested, so much so that the fathers and grandfathers of my disciples are encouraging us by becoming life members of our great society, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. In Los Angeles, many fathers and mothers used to come to see me to express their feelings of gratitude for my leading the Krishna consciousness movement throughout the entire world. Wow. Some of them said that it is greatly fortunate for the Americans that I have started the great Krishna consciousness movement in America. But actually, the original father of this movement is Lord Krishna himself, since it was started a very long time ago, but is coming down to human society by disciplic succession. If I have any credit in this connection, it does not belong to me personally, but it is due to my eternal spiritual master, His Divine Grace, Om Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Acharya
It's Parivrajak Acharya. Parivrajak Acharya.
Parivrajaka Acharya, right, bro?
Parivrajaka Acharya.
Parivrajaka Acharya, 108.
Yes.
Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaja Prabhupada. If personally I have any credit in this matter, it is only that I have tried to present Bhagavad Gita as it is, without adulteration. Before my presentation of Bhagavad Gita as it is, almost all the English editions of Bhagavad Gita were introduced to fulfill someone's personal ambition. But our attempt in presenting Bhagavad Gita as it is to present the vision of our Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Our business is to present the will of Krishna, not that of any mundane speculator like the politician, philosopher, or scientist, for they have very little knowledge of Krishna, despite all their other knowledge. When Krishna says, Manmana Bhava Matpakto Madhyadi Mam Namaskuru, etc., we, unlike the so-called scholars, do not say that Krishna and his inner spirit are different. Krishna is absolute, and there is no difference between Krishna's name, Krishna's form, Krishna's quality, Krishna's pastimes, etc. This absolute position of Krishna is difficult to understand for any person who is not a devotee of Krishna in the Parampara disciplic succession system. Generally, the so-called scholars, politicians, philosophers, and swamis, without perfect knowledge of Krishna, try to banish or kill Krishna when writing commentary on Bhagavad Gita. Such unauthorized commentary upon Bhagavad Gita is known as Mayavadi Bhashya, and Lord Chaitanya has warned us about these unauthorized men. Lord Chaitanya clearly says that anyone who tries to understand Bhagavad Gita from the Mayavadi point of view will commit a great blunder. The result of such blunder will be that the misguided student of Bhagavad Gita will certainly be bewildered on the path of spiritual guidance and will not be able to go back home, back to Godhead. Our only purpose is to present this Bhagavad Gita as it is in order to guide the conditioned student to the same purpose for which Krishna descends to this planet once in a day of Brahma or every 8.6 billion years. This purpose is stated in Bhagavad Gita, and we have to accept it as it is. Otherwise, there is no point in trying to understand the Bhagavad Gita and its speaker, Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna first spoke Bhagavad Gita to the sun god some hundreds of millions of years ago. We have to accept this fact and thus understand the historical significance of Bhagavad Gita without misinterpretation on the authority of Krishna. To interpret Bhagavad Gita without any reference to the will of Krishna is the greatest offense. In order to save oneself from this offense, one has to understand the Lord as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as he was directly understood by Arjuna, Lord Krishna's first disciple. Such understanding of Bhagavad Gita is really profitable and authorized for the welfare of human society in fulfilling the mission of life. The Krishna consciousness movement is essential in human society, for it offers the highest perfection of life. How this is so is explained fully in the Bhagavad Gita. Unfortunately, mundane wranglers have taken advantage of Bhagavad Gita to push forward their demonic propensities and mislead people regarding right understanding of the simple principles of life. Everyone should know how God or Krishna is great, and everyone should know the factual position of the living entities. Everyone should know that a living entity is eternally a servant, and that unless one serves Krishna, one has to serve illusion in different varieties of the three modes of material nature, and thus perpetually one has to wander within the cycle of birth and death. Even the so-called liberated Mayavadi speculator has to undergo this process. This knowledge constitutes a great science, and each and every living being has to hear it for his own interest. People in general, especially in this age of Kali, are enamored by the external energy of Krishna, and they wrongly think that by advancement of material comforts, every man will be happy. They have no knowledge that the material or external nature is very strong, for everyone is strongly bound by the stringent laws of material nature. A living entity is happily the part and parcel of the Lord, and thus his natural function is to render immediate service to the Lord. By the spell of illusion, one tries to be happy by serving his personal sense gratification in different forms, which will never make him happy. Instead of satisfying his own personal material senses, he has to satisfy the senses of the Lord. That is the highest perfection of life. The Lord wants this, and he demands it. One has to understand this central point of Bhagavad Gita. Our Krishna consciousness movement is teaching the whole world this central point. And because we are not polluting the theme of Bhagavad Gita as it is, anyone seriously interested in deriving benefit by studying the Bhagavad Gita must take help from the Krishna consciousness movement for practical understanding of Bhagavad Gita under the direct guidance of the Lord. We hope, therefore, that people will derive the greatest benefit by studying Bhagavad Gita as it is, as we have presented it here. And if even one man becomes a pure devotee of the Lord, we shall consider our attempt a success. 12th May
Hari Bol.
1971, Sydney, Australia. Hari Bol. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Very
Yeah.
well. Thank you for reading all
Hare
those.
Krishna.
Very beautiful foreword and preface. Prabhupada so succinctly and yet emphatically at the same time gives us a very, very nice summary of the ultimate purpose of Bhagavad Gita in the preface. And I think this is actually a very nice read for those that are kind of newcomers, So for anyone who's a newcomer and doesn't actually know much about Bhagavad Gita and what it is and everything, we can actually give them this preface,
Yes.
and they'll actually understand.
Yes, so it
Yeah.
creates more questions in the mind, and then one is naturally interested to read further. It's
Yes,
very
Prabhu.
beautifully
exactly.
presented.
Yes, Prabhu.
Especially this part, when I was first, long back when I just first started, I was very impressed with this, that the last line, right? Yeah, we hope, therefore, that people will derive the greatest benefit by studying the Bhagavad Gita as it is, as we have presented it here. And even if one man becomes a pure devotee of the Lord, we shall consider our attempt a success. I was like, wow. Because I have like this kind of result-oriented kind of mindset, conditioned mindset that, okay, I work this much, I have to get this much, like that. So then when I read this, that, okay, it's like, wow, very nice.
Yes, Prabhu. Very good. Very good realization.
Also, the sign is also very transcendental if you just look at it.
Yes,
Prabhupada's
Prabhu.
sign
It
is like
actually
nothing
encapsulates.
you
Yes,
might have never
Prabhu.
seen anything like this. Very big, very like strong, imposing, and like God signing on the paper.
Yes, Prabhu. AC
Wow.
Bhaktivedanta Swami, very, very, there's a lot of weight
Wow.
to this signature.
Yeah, the big and very nice.
Yes.
Even when I mean, when after the kirtan, the prayers go, right? Jayam Vishnupad prayers, like the the vibe is crazy in the temple when you go. It's very, 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 very. I mean, Srikant Prabhu can also say that after this time, the kirtan, when my Prabhu was saying the prayers, and then you just think of the acharya, it's very nice.
Yes,
Very
Prabhu.
heavy feeling you feel.
Yes, Prabhu.
I
This
was
is
also
what,
surprised that
yeah.
the
No,
parents
go on, Prabhu.
were
Go
very
on.
happy
Yeah.
to send their children to Krishna consciousness. So that I was very surprised how it has changed from 1970 to 2025.
Yeah, but His Grace Prahlad Prabhu says in this point that, like, he says that the parents, for example, if a person is a devotee and he wants to join a full time, or he has joined a full time, or if he's like very much in the movement, and supporting the movement or whatever, like very much, his parents and his relatives, they all will be like very much against him for some time. But as the time goes on, goes on, goes on, they'll start to appreciate and they'll start to glorify them, you know. So this is what Prahlad Prabhu was saying, and because they're also thinking of Krishna, right? Like for example, let's say one boy, he just goes to the temple and he spends a summer vacation in the temple, and his parents are very angry at him. So what they're thinking, oh, this rascal went to Krishna consciousness movement. This rascal went to see the devotees. He went to see Prabhupada. So this is in their mind: Krishna, devotees, Prabhupada. So still, even though they're quite inimical, but still this purifies them. And eventually, after that, when they see the change, Prabhu was saying that when they see the change of how the person has become very much Brahminical, very pakka in all aspects, then they start to glorify the temple, the devotees, and even their own son. He was saying this actually. Prahlad Prabhu was saying this actually.
Yes, Prabhu. That's a very nice thing, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Would you like to start this new section next session, which is tomorrow, or do you want to just read at least this one till?
Yeah, we'll read this one, no? 9:18 here in India. So I can
Okay.
read if others. Okay, I can
Yeah.
do that. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashkalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantitam. I read the English as well. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. When will Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who has established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me the shelter under his lotus feet? Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master and onto the feet of all the Vaishnavas. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Srila Rupa Goswami, along with his elder brother Sanatana Goswami, as well as Raghunatha Dasa and Raghunatha Bhatta, Gopala Bhatta, and Srila Jiva Goswami. I offer my respectful obeisances to Lord Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, along with Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar, Srivasad, and other associates. I offer my respectful obeisances to Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna, along with their associates, Sri Lalita and Vishaka. He Krishna Karuna Sindho, Dinabandho Jagatpate, Gopesha Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namostute. Oh my dear Krishna, you are the friend of the distressed and the source of creation. You are the master of the gopis and the lover of Radharani. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. I offer my respects to Radharani, whose godly complexion is like molten gold and who is the queen of Vrindavana. You are the daughter of King Vrishabhanu and you are very dear to Lord Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyashta tata sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, who can fulfill the desires of everyone, just like desired trees, and who are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda. I offer my obeisances to Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Sri Vasa, and all others in the line of devotion. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bhagavad Gita, also known as Gita Upanishad, is the essence of Vedic knowledge and one of the most important Upanishads in Vedic literature. Of course, there are many commentaries in English on the Bhagavad Gita, and one may question the necessity of another one. This present edition can be explained in the following way. Recently, an American lady asked me to recommend an English translation of the Bhagavad Gita. Of course, in America, there are so many editions of Bhagavad Gita available in English. But as far as I have seen, not only in America, but also in India, none of them can be strictly said to be authoritative because in almost every one of them, the commentator has expressed his own opinions without touching the spirit of Bhagavad Gita as it is. The spirit of Bhagavad Gita is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita itself. It is just like this. If we want to take a particular medicine, then we have to follow the directions written on the label. We cannot take the medicine according to our own whim or the direction of a friend. It must be taken according to the directions on the label or the directions given by a physician. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita should be taken or accepted as it is directed by the speaker himself. The speaker of Bhagavad Gita is Lord Sri Krishna. He is mentioned on every page of Bhagavad Gita as a supreme personality of Godhead, Bhagavan. Of course, the word Bhagavan sometimes refers to any powerful person or any powerful demigod. Now, the great personality. But at the same time, we should know that Lord Sri Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, as is confirmed by all great acharyas, spiritual masters, like Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarka Swami, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and many other authorities. Just give me 10 seconds. I'll just give my attendance. Just 10.
Okay, Prabhu.
Very, very sorry for this inconvenience, and many other authorities of Vedic knowledge in India. The Lord Himself also establishes Himself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the Bhagavad Gita, and is accepted as such in the Brahma Samhita and all the Puranas, especially the Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Bhagavad Purana, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Therefore, we should take Bhagavad Gita as it is, directed by the personality of Godhead Himself. In the fourth chapter of the Gita, the Lord says, 1. Imam vivashvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam vivasvan manave praha manur ikshvakave bravit. 2. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sa kaleneha mahata yogo nashta parantapa. 3. स एवयं मायाते स एवयं मायाते ध्ययोगः प्रोक्तः पुरातनः भक्तोऽस्मे सकाशेति रहस्यं हि एतदुत्तमम्. Here the Lord informs Arjuna that this system of yoga, the Bhagavad Gita, was first spoken to the sun god, and the sun god explained it to Manu, and Manu explained it to Ikshvaku, and in that way, by disciplic succession, one speaker after another. This yoga system has been coming down, but in the course of time, it has become lost. Sun god first. Okay. Consequently, the Lord has to speak it again, this time to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He tells Arjuna that he is relating the supreme secret to him because he is his devotee and friend. The purport of this is that the Bhagavad Gita is a treatise which is especially meant for the devotee of the Lord. There are three classes of transcendentalists, namely the Jnani, the Yogi, and the Bhakta, or the impersonalist, the meditator, and the devotee. Here, the Lord clearly tells Arjuna that he is making him the first receiver of a new parampara, disciplic succession. Because the old succession was broken, it was the Lord's wish, therefore, to establish another parampara in the same line of thought that was coming down from the sun god to others. And it was his wish that his teachings be distributed anew by Arjuna. He wanted Arjuna to become the authority in understanding the Bhagavad Gita. So we see that Bhagavad Gita is instructed to Arjuna, especially because Arjuna was a devotee of the Lord, a direct student of Krishna, and his intimate friend. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita is best understood by a person who has the qualities similar to Arjuna's. That is to say, he must be a devotee in direct relationship with the Lord. As soon as one becomes a devotee of the Lord, he also has a direct relationship with the Lord. This is a very elaborate subject matter, but briefly, it can be stated that a devotee is in relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead in one of 5 different ways. Number 1, one may be a devotee in a passive state. Number 2, one may be a devotee in the active state. Number 3, one may be a devotee as a friend. Number 4, one may be a devotee as a parent. Number 5, one may be a devotee as a conjugal lover. Arjuna was in a relationship with the Lord as a friend. Of course, there is a gulf of difference between this friendship and the friendship found in the material world. This is transcendental friendship, which cannot be had by everyone. Of course, everyone has a particular relationship with the Lord, and that relationship is evoked by the perfection of devotional service. But in the present status of our life, we have not only forgotten the Supreme Lord, but we have forgotten our eternal relationship with the Lord. Every living being out of many billions and trillions of living beings has a particular relationship with the Lord eternally. This is called Swarupa. By the process of devotional service, one can revive that Swarupa, and that stage is called Swarupa Siddhi, perfection of one's constitutional position. So Arjuna was a devotee, and he was in touch with the Supreme Lord in friendship. How Arjuna accepted this Bhagavad Gita should be noted. His manner of acceptance is given in the 10th chapter. 12. Arjuna Uvasa Param Brahma Param Dhamma Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusam Shashvatam Divyam Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum. 13. What is this? Is the same verse? No. What is the tune for this?
It's the same tune, Prabhu. It's
How
ahustam
do you,
rishayah sarve devarshirnaradastatha asito devalo vyasah swayam chaiva bravishime. Like that.
this is the same. This is the same verse, right? 12 and 13.
I
Isn't it
no,
the
I
same
don't
verse?
think, I think they're different verses, Prabhu. I think they're different.
Is it? I think they're the same one because not only does he say that you're the supreme personality of Param Dhamma Pavitram, so on, but after that he said it's confirmed by various persons, right?
Same Prabhu,
Yeah, yeah,
same,
yeah.
same tune.
Same verse, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's the same. Maybe it's the same.
Yeah,
But
it's the
but
same
it's
verse, right?
written the same way, you know, in the same
Yeah,
hardcover.
same.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, correct. Yeah. I read. Sarvmetadritam manye yanmam vadashu keshava nahite bhagavan yaktim vidurdeva dhanavaha. Arjuna said, you are the supreme Brahman, the ultimate, the supreme abode and purifier, the absolute truth and the eternal divine person. You are the primal God, transcendental and original, and you are the unborn and all-pervading beauty. All the great sages like Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa proclaim this of you. And now you yourself are declaring it to me. O Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the gods nor demons, O Lord, nor I personally.
So this
The
here is
same verse, yes.
actually, this is basically verse 13.
Yes, yeah, I
Because
noted.
Prabhupada
Yeah,
is saying here 10.12 to 14. So that means this one here is verse 13.
uh-huh.
It's, I think,
Right,
merged
but in the
together.
translation, it was
Yeah, and the
given
translation
together.
is merged together. Yeah, it's merged together. But this one is
Yes, right.
13.
Right. Yeah, technically, yes, yeah, correct. And this point is very important also, right? I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. That is very important. Unless one comes to this platform, he cannot be considered a devotee actually. Yeah, because many people say, oh, Prabhupada said moon landing, or no, Prabhupada say all other thing, right? But this one, confusion. So, yeah, Prabhupada, yeah, you're right. But moon landing, we have our different. So, then how you understand the Vedic knowledge? What is that verse, Vishnu? Unless one has implicit faith in the Lord and the spiritual master, the import of Vedic knowledge is not revealed to him. What is the Sanskrit for that? A very famous verse.
That is the Upanishad verse, no? Shvetashvatara Upanishad or something like Mandukya Upanishad. Was it Tad Vijnanartham Sagurum Eva Bigachet Sagurum Shrotriyam Panihi Shrot something like that. Shrotriyam
Is it?
Brahmanishta. Yeah.
That was. Is it really?
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
the
it was
one.
different. Is it? Okay, I didn't know. I thought it
Tad
was something or
Vijnan,
something.
Tad
Okay.
Vijnanartham Sagurum Eva Bigachet Samit Panihi Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. That's the verse.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So that's what that point came into my mind when this was. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. So basically, this here is saying Sarvam etadritam manye yan mam vadasi Keshava. And this doesn't just apply to Krishna. This also applies to Prabhupada. So Sarvam etadritam manye yan mam vadasi Prabhupada. Kind of like that. In a way, we have to have the same attitude both with Krishna and with Prabhupada. Because of that verse that I just shared with you. Tad Vijnanatham Sagurameva Bigachet. Yeah.
Exactly. Even if it's uncomfortable regarding renunciation or completely maybe against the modern scientific view, which one has been programmed in for a very, very long time, and he cannot forget it because of his false faith. Or whatever it may be, he has to accept.
Yes.
That's very important.
Exactly.
Anyway,
because whatever Prabhupada speaks is perfect, right?
Yes, it's perfect. It's free from all faults. Maybe now they won't realize, but after 50 years, even the scientists will come to at least maybe come to that platform, you can say. But definitely in the future, they'll understand whatever Prabhupada said is fact. But what they will do is they just waste their time.
Yeah.
Because Prabhupada never says that the scientists cannot get to know the truth. No, they can also get to know the material world. Maybe, yeah, of course, they cannot get to know Krishna, no doubt about it. But with their material kind of advancement, at least some areas of the material world they can get to know. No?
Prabhupada actually explicitly describes this, what you're saying, in chapter 2, where Prabhupada is saying that the beginning itself, is Sankhya Yoga, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So they can come to the platform to appreciate a lot of things about Vedic culture. Definitely, they cannot come to appreciate the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because if they're not devotee, they cannot. Even the impersonalists and great yogis cannot. So these guys cannot. But the material world and some of the Vedic culture parts, they will agree definitely. But it'll just take them hundreds and thousands of years, whereas we are saying it now.
Uh-huh.
So is it
It's up
possible
to
to
them.
all of this happen in the same life itself? Like maybe somebody is speculating in their beginning stages and then they are performing other kind of yoga and then they finally realize in the same life itself that bhakti yoga is the highest.
If they receive the mercy of Prabhupada, Prabhu, because the verse is there, right? Bhavanam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadite Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. So the Jnanavan actually is one who is engaged in the cultivation of Jnana, in the Jnana process, right? So after many, many births of this process, of the Jnana process, which is actually quite high, it's higher than the karma process. And after many, many process of doing this, then finally only he comes to the devotional service of Krishna and surrenders onto him. But all this can be, this entire process can be like quickly passed over if one receives the mercy of Prabhupada. But, usually in Kali Yuga, the Jnanis or the impersonalists, they're not actual impersonalists. They're actually just like envious rascals. So it's difficult for them. I mean, but if one is a genuine impersonalist, in the sense he's not offending the devotees or any, like that, then he'll take it many, many lifetimes. But if somehow or other one gets the mercy of Prabhupada, then I just like that he can come. So yeah, but otherwise, yeah, the verse Bhavanam Janmanam Ante is applicable for this. So, yeah,
Yes, so thank you, Babu.
thank you so much. After hearing Bhagavad Gita from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna accepted Krishna as Param Brahma, the Supreme Brahman. Every living being is Brahman, but the Supreme Living Being or the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the Supreme Brahman. Param Dhamma means that he is the supreme rest or abode of everything. Avistram means that he is pure, untainted by material contamination. Purusham means that he is the supreme enjoyer. Divyam, transcendental. Adi Devam, the supreme personality of Godhead. Ajam, the unborn. And Vibhum, the greatest, the all pervading. So many qualities, huh? Oh, wow.
There are
Now
infinitely
one
many
may think,
qualities, Prabhu. Those are just like
yes,
2 out of infinity.
yeah. Now one may think that because Krishna was the friend of Arjuna, Arjuna was telling him all this by way of flattery. But Arjuna, just to drive out this kind of doubt from the minds of the readers of Bhagavad Gita, substantiates these praises in the next verse when he says that Krishna is accepted as the Supreme Personality of Godhead not only by himself, but by authorities like the sage Narada, Asita, Devala, Vyasadeva, and so on. These are great personalities who distribute the Vedic knowledge as it is accepted by all acharyas. Therefore, Arjuna tells Krishna that he accepts whatever he says to be completely perfect. Sarvameta dhritam manye. I accept everything you say to be true. Arjuna also says that the personality of God, of the Lord, is very difficult to understand and that he cannot be known even by the great demigod. This means that the Lord cannot even be known by personalities greater than human beings. So how can a human being understand Sri Krishna without becoming his devotee? The Bhagavad Gita should be taken up in a spirit of devotion. One should not think that he is equal to Krishna, nor should he think that Krishna is an ordinary personality or even a very great personality. That Sri Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, at least theoretically, according to the statements of Bhagavad Gita or the statements of Arjuna. The person who's trying to understand the Bhagavad Gita, what? At least theoretically, according to the statements of Bhagavad Gita or the statements of Arjuna,
The
the
person who is
person
trying
who's
to understand the Bhagavad. So Arjuna is the person who is trying to understand the Bhagavad Gita. That's how you should read it.
right, right, okay.
No
The
mistakes, huh,
person who's
Prabhu?
trying, yes, bro. So where was I? The person who's trying to understand the Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna, yeah, the person who's trying to understand the Bhagavad Gita, yes. We should therefore at least theoretically accept Sri Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. And with that submissive spirit, we can understand the Bhagavad Gita. Unless one reads the Bhagavad Gita in a submissive spirit, it is very difficult to understand Bhagavad Gita because it is a great mystery. Wow. Therefore, I just want to read the previous para again. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita should be taken up in a spirit of devotion. One should not think he is equal to Krishna, nor should he think Krishna is an ordinary personality or even a very great person. Lord Sri Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, at least theoretically, according to the statements of Bhagavad Gita or the statements of Arjuna, the person who is trying to understand the Bhagavad Gita. We should therefore at least theoretically accept Sri Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. And with that submissive spirit, we can understand the Bhagavad Gita. Unless one reads the Bhagavad Gita in a submissive spirit, it is very difficult to understand Bhagavad Gita because it is a great mystery. Wow.
So anyone who doesn't have humility and is reading, that means he will not understand even 1% of Bhagavad Gita. Literally zero he'll understand, right? Literally zero, because we have to be, in fact, all of us are here today because we all began with a submissive spirit. Like we just started reading out of humility. We had humility, little bit, at least, right?
Yeah, a little bit at least.
And we're all here today now together, reading it again in each other's association. So yeah, this is a fact. You cannot understand anything without being humble. Humility is literally the first prerequisite. It's a prerequisite actually.
Yes.
You see. So unless you're humble, you cannot actually properly understand the true mysteries of the Bhagavad Gita. That is why the Mayavadis cannot understand, because I'm sure that inwardly they are not actually humble because they don't actually want to understand it.
Definitely.
Or anybody else who finds it very difficult to understand. That means they do not read it with a submissive spirit. So unless one reads the Bhagavad Gita in a submissive spirit, it is very difficult to understand Bhagavad Gita because it is a great mystery. And it's actually not a mystery for the devotees. It's a mystery for those who find it very difficult due to a lack of humility, due to a lack of this submissive spirit. Otherwise, it is not actually a great mystery.
Yes,
It's a mystery only for those who don't have a submissive spirit, who are not humble. That is why Amanina Manad. What is that verse? Prabhu, I think you know this verse. Amanina.
Trinadapi Sunichana.
Yeah, that one. That is very important. This is why we read the Shikshashtak, so that we are able to understand all of Prabhupada's books like that. So a submissive spirit is like the first thing, the first ingredient before we study any of Prabhupada's books. Yeah. Therefore, we chant the Mangalacharya also. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, the time is about 9:42 in India. So we'll just read one more paragraph and or perhaps two more paragraphs.
No, this
along
is
those
this,
lines.
we can end it here because this is one particular section, so it's actually okay.
Right. Anybody else wants to read, or shall I continue?
You can continue this last one, Prabhu. I mean, it's just one paragraph.
Right. All right. No worries. Just what is the Bhagavad Gita? The purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to deliver mankind from nations of material existence. Every man is in difficulty in so many ways, as Arjuna also was in difficulty in having to fight the battle of Kurukshetra. Arjuna surrendered unto Sri Krishna, and consequently this Bhagavad Gita was also spoken. Not only Arjuna, but every one of us is in full anxiety because of this material existence. Our very existence is in the atmosphere of non-existence. Oh, this is very nice. Our very existence is in the atmosphere of non-existence.
Yeah.
Actually, we are not meant to be threatened by non-existence. Our existence is eternal. But somehow or other, we are put into asat. Asat refers to that which does not exist.
Yeah, only in terms of like the temporariness of this world. Actually everything is real, but because everything is temporary, therefore it is called Maya, like that. Yeah. This is a very nice. Yeah.
And actually, this Sundar Gopal Prabhu was saying, I mean, I'm sorry to take time, but the point is this, that Sundar Gopal Prabhu in today's class, it was Srimad Bhagavatam, just a minute, Srimad Bhagavatam 558, he was just telling he was showing the verses first, of course, I cannot recollect them, but he was telling that the misery, how it increases after marriage life. He was explaining this because no other attachment is as strong as that attachment that comes from man to woman, So once this is there, then he said the verse which says Hridaya Granthi, right? And then he says that the misery is just like squared. He said it's like too much.
I
So
get what you mean. Yeah, the knot in the heart is becomes more tight.
yeah, very tight. And Prahlad Maharaj also this verse is there at Anda Koopam. You know the verse?
I
Deep
know which
dark
one
well.
you're referring to, yeah, but I don't remember it by heart because I haven't actually looked at it.
Yeah, I mean you're supposed to know all your Pandit, no? How can you not know? This is very surprising for me to
No,
hear.
it's just that.
I thought you knew all the verses.
No, it's just that I read it when the time is proper, like when I'm actually at the verse, when it is mentioned actually, in Bhagavatam. I haven't actually looked into it so much. I've only heard it from like the seniors. I don't know
Yeah,
Bhagavatam. I
deep
haven't actually,
dark well. Deep
yeah,
dark well. He was
yeah.
mentioning. Quite scary.
Yeah, Luvesh, you must know everything, Prabhu. We expect you to know everything, Prabhu.
No, Prabhu, I don't know everything. Stop that nonsense. I don't know anything.
But the point is this: just to satisfy this one thing, sex, right? How much
Yeah,
suffering one has to go through actually? Immense actually.
that's true, Prabhu. That's true.
It's very what to do. Better to just tolerate this urge and then practice Krishna consciousness nicely than to actually just
Yes,
yeah.
Prabhu.
Anyway, I just when this very existence is in the atmosphere, non-existence, and this came, then I just thought of this verse as I said. Anyway, thank you so much for letting me read, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Yes, Prabhu. So we'll go to the Shikshashtak prayers now.
Haribo.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay, this is. Oh, okay. So would like to begin? Okay, I'll start. चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावाग्निर्वापणं श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतास्वादनं सर्वात्मस्वपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम्
Namnamakari bahuda nitya sarva shakti tatra pita niyamita smaranena kalaha eta trishe tava kripan bhagavan mamapi durtaiva me trisham haijina nuragraha. Prabhu, can you zoom in a little bit?
Oh yeah.
Or is it?
Okay. Next one.
कृणादपि सुनिचेन करोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानि नामानि देन कीर्तनीयः सदा हरिः
न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद् भक्तिरहैतुकी त्वयि
ऐनन्दतनुज किङ्करं पतितं मामिषमे भवाम्भुवौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कज चिदधुवीशदृशं विचिन्तय
तव नामग्रहणे भविष्यति
Yugaitam nimeshena chakshusha pravishaitam shunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda virahe name.
आश्लिष्य वा पादरतां पनष्टु माम् अदर्शनान् मर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः
Glories to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and one should be ready to offer all respects to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service birth after birth.
Adibol Semi Prabhu, O son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal savior, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet.
O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
Oh Govinda, feeling your separations, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. हरि बोल श्री शिक्षार्थकम की
Vivek Prabhu
Jai.
Ki
Jai.
Jai.
श्री कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की जय
Jai.
Jai. Karti
So,
Prabhu Ki.
जय
Blasphemed the devotees who had dedicated their lives
Yeah.
for propagating the holy name of the Lord.
Semi Prabhu, you still, to consider the names of the demigods like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma to be equal to the names of the Lord Krishna, Lord Krishna, I forgot that one. The names of the Lord Vishnu.
To
I
disobey
don't
the
see
orders of
that.
spiritual master. That's a fight.
Blaspheme the Vedic scriptures are scriptures impersonal to the Vedic worship.
To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination.
Give some interpretations to the holy
To
name
give
of the
some
Lord.
interpretation to the holy name
To
of the
commit
Lord.
sinful activities on the strength of the holy name.
To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna.
To
You can
instruct,
continue, Prabhu.
Lavahan
inst-
Prabhu stealing the verses.
to instruct the
No,
faithless
Prabhu.
person, to instruct the faithless person about the glories of the holy name.
To not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments, even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnav must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema. 10 offenses from Padma Puran ki jai.
Please scroll down, Prabhu, scroll down. Panchakalpadrupyasya kripa sindhubhya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Now
Luvesh
Luvesh
Prabhu.
Prabhu will do a kirtan. Since there is 8 minutes
Luvesh
left, he will
Prabhu.
do a kirtan.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. Luvesh Prabhu, it's like you're emphasizing number 10. The way you read it, it's like, listen here, devotees. One who.
Yeah, Prabhu. This is because 10th is the most important,
Oh, yes, Prabhu. And
If
one,
the 10th
Prabhu.
one is, if the 10th one is handled, then all the rest should be a bit more easier to handle,
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah. Oh, Pranjal Prabhu left. Oh, no problem. Maybe he has to go to sleep or something.
Okay, so you do the kirtan now. You do some kirtan. 7
Yes,
minutes left.
Prabhu. We are waiting for
Pick up
Kirtan.
your sartal and do. Come on.
Wait, me?
Come on. Yeah, you only.
I can't, Prabhu. Not now. I got some
How come?
seva to do.
Oh, what service you have right now?
So I'm currently trying to make a list of
You have to
all
serve
the
all the
things.
Vaishnav here, Prabhu.
Sorry?
Shrikant Prabhu is waiting, Labhan Prabhu is waiting, Sami Prabhu, they are all great exalted Vaishnav. You have to serve them first.
I know, Prabhu, but his guys Tatva
But
Prabhu gave me direct command. It has to be done yesterday, as per his requirements. So I have to prioritize that, Prabhu.
oh
I'm
my,
so sorry. Basically, his guys
otherwise, Prabhu,
Tatva
I'm so
Prabhu
shy,
actually
please
told
leave
me.
me. Okay.
Don't curse me, Prabhu. Don't curse me. uh, wait. Yeah, so basically, his guys Tatva Prabhu
Please
wrote the
wait, wait,
following
please
message
wait.
actually. He wrote that the design looks clean, but we need to have an agreed upon idea on what we want to have on the website. Like, what does the minimum viable website need to have? And can we have a simple nested bullet list of the pages and info headings for each page? The idea is we agree upon what the deliverables are and then proceed with the actual building of the website. Is it possible for you to come up what you think we need to have? Then I'll review and we'll take it from there. And I said, yes, Prabhu, I'll create this list now. So I told him, and then I need to send it to him. Yeah, cannot delay this one.
Hmm. Yes, Prabhu. All glories to your transcendental service. But if you can, please do come to the reading session because these are the most important sessions according to Prahlad Prabhu. And it's very important actually because, of course, seva is very important, no doubt about it. But sadhana is a foundation. So
Yes,
one,
Prabhu, I'm here most of
let's
the
not.
time. 80% of the time, I'm
No,
always
I'm
on.
not saying for you. I'm not saying for you, bro. I'm saying in general, like, for myself and for all of us also. I know all of us are busy at times. Maybe there's some like exam, like maybe for Vivek Prabhu and me, sometimes do the exam. Or Shrikant Prabhu might have work, or you might have some other things to do. And Swami Prabhu is, I don't know, always is busy with cooking.
Yes, Prabhu.
So, or
Eating
Labang Prabhu might
pizza.
have work. But even if you can come for, it's my kind request that if you have like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, or you have to attend your work, but you have some 15 minutes free, then just come. Or even if you cannot maybe like read, but you can just hear, or you can just at least stay and maybe just share some inputs here and there. Please do come, because like this gives a lot of motivation actually to have all the devotees together and to read or even if other devotees cannot reply. Like for example, now Vivek Prabhu in his background, so much problem is there, right? But he's still here and he's still typing and reading Shikshashtakam, so it feels good. So yeah, if all the devotees can come every day, at least for some time, then will be very, very nice. Very encouraging for a lot of us. So yeah. And also will be very, very encouraging for Sani Prabhu because I know the struggle he has faced. Sometimes there'll be literally nobody and he'll wait. Then after some time
And
he'll
he'll
just
play the
start reading.
bhajans.
Yeah, he'll play the bhajans and then he'll just start to read and nobody will be there and he himself will end the reading session, do the Shikshashtakam, everything, Vanchakalpa, then and so there'll be no one. There was a point it was like that. Then Vivek Prabhu came, then Labang Prabhu started coming regularly. Then at a certain point Gauri Shakti Prabhu also started, but now he's a little bit busy with some other services and he's also conducting this section for the reunion devotee. So yeah. And so now he is very happy, I'm sure, that all the devotees are coming at least regularly. So hoping this can continue by the mercy of all the Vaishnavas and also, of course, our Acharya, Swami Prabhu. So yeah.
No, Prabhu. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
The meeting is still being recorded, by the way.
Yes, Prabhu. I forgot to change the host, so it will go.
Oh no.
That's deep. So
Swami
Vivek Prabhu,
Prabhu, we
when
are
will you be
waiting for your
coming to
cook
temple?
show.
I will just cut the end.
Even I'm waiting for pizza and all. I'm dreaming.
Yes,
I'm
Prabhu. I have
busy
maybe
already.
like 100 episodes of reading session to upload.
Oh my God. I mean,
Yo,
why do you
and
upload the
Prabhu,
reading
don't
session, by
forget
the way?
that they can be
Because my
informative, Prabhu.
yes, Prabhu, I need to upload them today or tomorrow. It will take so much
No,
time that I will.
but why do you upload them? Like reading session, why do you upload them actually?
So we remember
What's
what
the
we read.
Pranjal Prabhu is there or or you can note it down, right? Like I'm
No,
just
Prabhu.
giving you a suggestion. If
It's
you want
after
to
10
note,
years you can go back and see what you have read.
oh,
And there's
like
some
that.
funny things happening sometimes. So we can go back to see them.
Yeah. Like at one point,
Swami
remember
Prabhu, maybe you
Chaman
need to
Prabhu was
start.
there?
Swami Prabhu, you
Yeah,
need to
Laban Prabhu.
start teaching me how to edit so that I
Oh,
can
yes,
also
Prabhu.
help there
Yes, Prabhu. It's
and
easy.
show
You
me
just
what
need
you do.
one computer, Prabhu.
Yes, yes, I actually do. But then, does it require like internet access, something like that? Because I'm trying to fix mine
Yes, Prabhu. Some
for the
okay
internet.
internet.
Okay, like the internet, is it for uploading or for editing, or the
It's for
editing is offline?
downloading things.
Oh, isn't it that I can download with my phone and transfer them to my PC?
Yes, Prabhu. It works too, but it might take time. Yes, Prabhu. It might
Fine.
work.
Okay, Prabhu.
So Shrikant Prabhu, just out of curiosity, you're in your work right now, or are
Sorry,
you like at
Prabhu.
home?
I'm at my workplace, so
Oh,
I have to go to office 3 times a week. So I come on Tuesday to
oh,
Thursday. Tuesday to Thursday, so Monday and Friday I'll be at home mostly.
oh. So like reading sessions, you can join at least for like half an hour every day, right? I mean, maybe when you're
Yes,
at
so when
home,
my
it'll be a little difficult. Or...
in the office, when my boss is not around, I can sneak into a room and then attend the meeting. But when my boss is around, like it's difficult.
Yeah, yeah. If it's not so risky, then please join. If it's risky, then don't
Yes,
join.
so yes, so
Yeah, because Shrikant Prabhu is like a very big donor to ISKM Pondicherry. He donated for the altar, for the
no,
Maruti Eco
Prabhu, it's
car.
nothing. It's very insignificant, Prabhu. Nothing.
That's his transcendental humility. And also for the Maruti vehicle, the preaching vehicle, and also a monthly he gives him. So that's why I said it is not too risky.
Did you drive it yet, Prabhu?
No, Prabhu, I can't drive a car. I can drive a bike.
Ah, okay.
I learned how to drive this gear bike in temple only. Once I asked Prabhu,
Mm.
like, Prahlad, Prabhu, can I just learn? I just want to like ride the bike a little bit, Prabhu. Can I just take and learn somewhere? So he said, okay, go near my home. There's a big place, and then you can drive. And they're building a new Ratha car. You know, for Ratha Yatra, there's a
Oh, yes, I
car,
heard
right?
that.
Car. They're building it in India, Pondicherry now. You can see it. I mean, when I was driving the bike, I was seeing there. Yeah,
Yes, Prabhu. I heard that also.
very nice, very colorful. Looks very like, able to withstand like very high, heavy load. Looks like that.
Mm. Jai Jagannath.
Yeah. So you come, huh?
Yes,
Singapore.
Prabhu.
Tikan Prabhu also coming, I think so. Damn, that's nice. So Luvesh Prabhu, you also please come reading session
When is
every day
Srikant Prabhu
also.
coming?
Yes, Prabhu, for sure. For sure.
Sorry about Prabhu.
Hey, Luvesh Prabhu, if you don't come, we are going to call you, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, sure.
Prabhu, you mean India, Prabhu? You mean like traveling to India or?
No, Singapore.
Hare
I was just
Krishna,
simply
Bhaja
asking.
Hari Das Prabhu, please accept my humble
Oh,
obeisances
Hare
Hare
and
Krishna,
Krishna,
reverence to
Bhaja Hare
Bhajari
Prabhupada.
Prabhu.
Thanks,
And
Jai
Pranam
Prabhu,
Jai
Dandat Pranam,
Prabhupada.
Vishwa Prabhupada.
You're late, Prabhu. Thank you for joining, Prabhu.
I know some days Swami Prabhu starts it at 11:30 our time, like 1 hour later. So is it the same time every day, Prabhu? Swami Prabhu? Like
Yes, Prabhu.
timing
Usually I
pattern?
start it and then I wait if anyone joins. Sometimes they join late.
Hmm. Yes, Prabhu. So it's our mistake
If you
to
can
join
start
late.
at 8:30 every day or at 8 p.m. Indian time every day, that will be the best, Prabhu. If you can
Yes,
start at
Prabhu.
8 p.m. or 8:15 p.m. every day, no matter what, that will be really good. Because then some people are free from 8:15 to 9. Some people are free from, before that or whatever, but at least then it'll be easy for many Indians to come. So if you can do like that, it'll be very nice. Yeah,
Yes,
even if you're
Prabhu.
cooking, no
Yeah, try
problem.
that.
You cook early, maybe.
Yeah, I cook early.
Yeah. Yes, bro. You start to cook very early because this is like important service, right? So that's why. So
Yes,
yeah.
Prabhu.
Actually, bro, I had in that I was there until 8:30, 8:40 actually.
Oh, oh, yes, bro. Thank you for recording the class, bro. Vibhavari Shekhar. Shamgon Prabhu. Thank you for
Oh, yeah,
recording
that
it.
was nice lecture. And Bhajan
Yes, Prabhu.
also.
I couldn't see Shava Govind Prabhu's lecture. Is it an ISK Pondicherry channel?
But you know, Hindi, bro. It's nice in Pondicherry and also Bajari Prabhu's channel, both
Oh, yes, Prabhu.
there
Let's
are.
see that.
Yes.
Okay, Prabhu, thank you for your kind association. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Please forgive me for
Prabhu's
my offenses. Once I got
Haribol,
messed up.
Haribol, Haribol.
Pasanto
Chakalpadrupyascha
Jai
Devasya
Jagadguru
Pati
Nityananda
Pavane
Vasunabhyascha
Prabhu
Deva
Nityananda
Vaishnavi
Paritanam
Deva
Pavam
Namo
Puro
Namaha.
Vaishnave
Prabhu
Namo Namaha.
Thank
Gaudiya
you,
Vaishnava Ki Jai,
Luvesh
Shila
Prabhu.
Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai, Jai.
Right.
Thank you so much, Luvesh Prabhu. Nitai Gaura
Thank you, Luvesh
Premanande
Prabhu,
Hari
for
Bol.
good. Thank you. Thank you.
Haribol.
Most
Haribo.
welcome.
Thank you.
Hare
Jai,
Krishna.
Jai, Jai. Haribo. Haribo.
Thank you, Luvesh Prabhu. And yeah, I cannot quit it yet, so I will quit this later.
Yeah, no problem, Prabhu. No problem. I'll leave now. Haribol.
Yes, Prabhu. Jai Shila Prabhupada.
Jai Shri
Yes.
Prabhupada.
Haribol Prabhu, there is a session right now. Oh, Haribol.